Hello friends, today we're going to be talking about the way industry mammoths like Amazon, Apple, and Google, as well as small startups can incentivize employees like you to stay around longer, and how this tool can make you very, very, very rich. Today I'll tell you everything you need to know about restricted stock units, or RSUs, and I promise this will be a lot more engaging than reading the pages of a finance textbook. If you're someone who's trying to become more educated about business and personal finance, but you're looking for something besides the sensationalized, the world is falling crap that Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, and Andrzejczyk like to do, you might want to consider clicking that little subscribe button and subscribing to my channel. For 3 reasons. First, it's free. Second, I say things as they are in an unbiased and uncatastrophizing, is that a word? Whatever, way. And thirdly, if you watch my videos, you'll be able to better understand the world around you, and you'll be able to better make financial choices to make you more money. Anyways, enough about me, let's talk about restricted stock units. A restricted stock unit is a form of compensation issued by an employer to an employee in the form of company shares. The reason why they are called restricted is because you have to meet certain criteria, qualifications, or conditions before you actually have access to those stocks. These criteria could be performance related or be based on the amount of time that you spent at a company. Before the Enron scandal, normal stock options were the compensation of choice. If you don't know what the Enron scandal was, essentially Enron CEO Jeffrey Skilling and Enron's chairman Kenneth Lay used fraudulent accounting practices to mislead investors and inflate Enron's financial performance, which eventually led them to going to jail, the company collapsing, and thousands of people losing their jobs. Skilling and Kenneth were able to do this in part because the government allowed companies to account stock options cost as zero as long as the option was the same price as the current market price of the stock. Now I know this sounds kind of complicated, but essentially it created a money glitch where if you were a businessman who never took an ethics class and you wanted to enrich yourself and make your company still look good while doing it, this was actually one of those tools in your tool chest that you could use. After Enron's collapse, the Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, or GAAP, changed to close the loophole and encourage the use of restricted stock units, which are accounted for and reported in a less easily manipulated way. From 2003 to 2005, the use of normal stock options fell by 40%, while the use of restricted stock units jumped by 41%. This is a pretty drastic change in corporate compensation culture in a very short amount of time, and RSUs are now the most popular form of stock compensation. Stock options and RSUs do have many similarities in that they both vest and they both end with you holding company stock. But RSUs have some advantages for you and I because they are inherently less risky than normal stock options. With stock options, you're getting the opportunity to buy a given number of stocks at a certain price, say 10,000 stocks at $10 a piece. If the price on the open market goes up to $20 a share, that's awesome for you. You can buy the stock for the discounted price of $10 a share and sell it for a tidy profit, or you can hold on to it and just be in the green in your stock. But if the price stays at $10, or even worse, goes down, your options are pretty much worthless. On the other hand, RSUs don't have a certain price at which they are bought. Instead, they are given or awarded to you. So as long as the stock price of a company stays above zero, your restricted stock units will have value. Now, why would your employer give up on getting some money for the stock they're giving you? Well, as we said before, the whole corporate fraud thing helped change stuff up, and RSUs are good for employers too. Essentially, RSUs are great for employers for 2 reasons. First, the employee is incentivized to do a good job at work because if he does a good job, the company will succeed and the stock price will go up, which will make him richer, which is great for him, right? Second, by making the options vest, aka give you them over time, it keeps you around. For example, let's say that Apple says that you will get 80 RSUs. Every RSU has 100 stocks in it, so this whole restricted stock option plan at Apple's current market price of $190 is worth $1.52 million. But you can't be like, sweet, I'll take this and leave now. Instead, Apple says that they promise you will get all 80 RSUs if you stay around and do a good job, but you will only be able to get access to a quarter of them each year for the next 4 years. So this year you get about $380,000 in stock, and the same thing the next year, and the next, and the next. The 380 number is assuming the price stays the same, but let's be honest, it's Apple, so the price will probably double by then. You can see how big of an incentive program this could be. If you want to leave the company after, say, 2 years, you'd probably be leaving over $1 million on the table to do so. Before we wrap up, there's a couple of really important things to mention about RSUs. The first is that they are treated differently than other stock options when they vest. The value of the vesting stock is counted towards the person's income and taxed as such. So when the stock vests, a portion of the vesting stock is withheld to pay taxes because only 2 things are guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Unless you're John the Beloved, and then I guess it's just taxes? If that doesn't make sense or you want more explanation, feel free to hit me up in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. Secondly, just like negotiating compensation, you should definitely negotiate RSU issuance. And if they're giving you some RSUs, this gives you much more room for negotiating. For example, a company might offer you a $75,000 a year cash salary with $20,000 worth of RSUs that vest over the next 4 years. So if the value of your company stock stays consistent, that means that you can expect to receive about $5,000 of company stock each year, bringing your cash plus stock compensation to about $80,000 a year annually. If you're looking for something closer to say $90,000 a year, you can negotiate a higher cash salary, more RSU grants, or a combination of both to achieve your desired outcome. But the great thing about RSUs is because they are tied to the success of the company, employers tend to be a bit more liberal in giving out these options than straight up cash. Another option is as you get higher up in the ranks, you could ask for part of your cash salary to be swapped into restricted stock units instead. But with all of the perks of RSUs, it's really important to balance risk and reward. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. Think about this, for example. If you had RSUs at Zoom and you had a compensation package equal to about $40,000 of Zoom stock in January of 2020, at the height of Zoom's popularity, that stock would have been worth about $320,000. And sure, Zoom is worth about the same today as it was in 2020, so you didn't lose any money, but even if you had sold a quarter of your holdings off, you'd be in a much better financial position today. So that's everything you need to know about restricted stock units. I'd love to hear any stories you have in the comments below about your experience with stock options, or what you would do with $2 million invested stock. If you want to learn more about personal finance, you can click here or here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.